Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl P, and I just wanted to have another talk to me talk. So, if you're new here, welcome. I am Paisley Hayes. I make videos for you guys that want to start your PSO journey, cam journey, spicy content creator journey, all that, and stress to you guys the importance of actual schedule making. So every Sunday, I offer my schedule making courses, and I have the rest of them launching August 28th. So I'm super duper excited about all of that. Stay tuned. Mattress Actress Academy on Instagram. But okay, let's get into it. I wanted to talk about Talk to Me. There's not a lot of people on YouTube talking about this platform yet. And this has been around forever. And kind of just like Niteflirt. Like when I started talking about Niteflirt, there was literally only like 3 videos out, and I'm so glad that ever since I started talking about it, I've been seeing more and more girls make their videos about their experiences and talking about their tips and tricks that they have. I think that's an important thing in the community. The more the word is out there, the more it attracts customers, other people that might be interested. It helps them out with different tips and tricks. There was literally no resources for me to learn all the stuff on Talk to Me. I went in with a clear head and I was like, you know what, Paisley, I'm about to learn all of this. So I did, and I wanted to show you guys. Nonetheless, I wanted to talk about my favorite listing on Talk to Me. Listing. I'm sorry, in these videos, you have to realize I started Niteflirt first, and on there they're called listings. On Talk to Me, they're called profiles. So here's my profile if you find me on the site. But this is my blank free hand blank ignore line. So I recommend, no matter what PSO company you work for, unless it's like Phone Stars or something where you just have to be on the chat line, I recommend having some sort of phone ignore line, ignore listing, ignore profiles, something, because these guys, there's a lot of guys out there that want to be ignored and they will pay you for it. So wake up, smell the roses, easy peasy squeezy money. So make you an ignore profile. Okay. So although this might be your first time even hearing that something like this exists, and if so, I want you to really think about what is going on here. These guys are paying to literally be ignored. And you have to get inside of their heads. You may have a little giggle or whatever, but in actuality, why do these guys like to be ignored? Well, some conclusions that I've come up with, although I'm sure they're limitless, some guys just like humiliation. And this is definitely a form of it, because that's so degrading and embarrassing that you're paying to be ignored. So some guys just literally get the thrill off that. Okay? Then you have some guys that exist. They're virgins. There's a lot of them. Or they just might be really shy when it comes to talking to women. So some guys appreciate the fact that a beautiful woman is on the other line, but they don't really want to hear her voice. They don't want to talk. They're scared. They're nervous. They're shy. It makes them anxious. They can't handle it. So you have those. And then, you have guys that are really just willing to do whatever a goddess or a mistress says, even if that's pain to be ignored. So we need to think about these things and what's really going on. Once you get into that kind of mindset, now you're ready for an ignore line so that you know how to utilize it and work it perfectly. Guys, I was literally on the phone 2.5 hours. Because I remember messaging my friend. I was like, hey, I'm not ignoring you. I've just been on this ignore call for it's funny. Ignoring two people at once. But I told my friend I wasn't ignoring them because, I'm just on this ignore call. And that was like at 2 hours and 3 minutes. And then it went on to like 2.5 hours. I'm good at ignore calls. I really try to get in and see why they're calling to try to milk the call even longer. Some people I'll speak to like periodically, and some I won't say anything at all. It just depends. I like to, this is just a best practice. Now, you could do what you want to do, but this is definitely a best practice so that you don't get bad reviews, especially on Niteflirt or Talk to Me. Is when you have an ignore line, you want to make sure that the caller knows that they're calling the ignore line. So a lot of times y'all's ignore line is cheaper than your other ones. So some guys will try to be like, oh, this is the cheaper one, let me call here. Or they're calling you just because it's cheap, instead of like listening to your greeting or looking at what your profile actually says. Well, those guys tend to get mad and upset and can leave you reviews that aren't so great. To avoid that, I make sure that the moment I get on the call, hi, are you a pathetic loser that's calling to be ignored? Or do you understand that this is an ignore line? Now, quite frankly, sometimes no matter what their answer is, I won't respond because I've just let you know. Do you understand that this is an ignore line? You're calling to be ignored. And if they say yes or no, maybe I don't respond because I just told you it's an ignore line. I'm ignoring you. I'm not going to engage in other conversations outside of you being pathetic loser that's going to get ignored. Okay, so we got that underway. I hope this helps you out. I've been having luck on here so far. I've been on about a week. I've gotten 4 reviews. I've had several calls on this line. And yeah, so I hope an ignore line works out for you guys. Try it out. It's really fun. You're just getting paid to ignore them, and how cool is that? So if you like anything that I've helped you out with, you can always feel free to tip on this video. You can follow me on Instagram. You can like it. You can comment. Free help is help nonetheless. Binge watch my videos. And stay tuned for all my classes. Stay freaking tuned. Talk to you guys later. Catch me on the next live. I'm trying to keep up with all this content for you guys. Hope y'all appreciate it. Toodles.